Good afternoon, stakeholders to the Chick-fil-A organization. My name is Paul Zamasai, and I'm here to present my strategic vision on why Chick-fil-A should open more stores internationally. Chick-fil-A, known domestically, is known for three things: its quality of food, quality of service, and the feeling that consumers get when they leave a Chick-fil-A store. They look forward to their next visit. Opening up stores internationally will help Chick-fil-A's edge on competitors, its risk diversification, and provides a supply to the demand that international markets have seen for Chick-fil-A. Looking firstly at our competitor edge domestically, we have to look at what stores are doing. Right? We look at McDonald's, we look at Burger King, we look at Arby's, Wendy's. They have all tried to mimic a chicken sandwich, but none have come close to the original Chick-fil-A sandwich. If we look at stores and how many they have versus how many we have, the market for future sustainability has become saturated, and future could look be stagnant. Right? If we look internationally, there's a higher exponential growth for selling the Chick-fil-A sandwich. Opening up internationally will also benefit our core values as Chick-fil-A organization. Right? We want to make Chick-fil-A a home restaurant. Right? We want to bring people in where they can go to their local Chick-fil-A employee, and that employee knows their name, already knows their order, and can provide a hot, delicious Chick-fil-A sandwich to those hungry customers when they're looking for the original Chick-fil-A sandwich. Right? A lot of international markets are generically burgers, just burgers and fries and sodas. Right? And Chick-fil-A provides more. Our human resources, right? Our human interactions, quality of food, and that feeling of wanting to come back to Chick-fil-A. With risk diversification, right? If we look at our international opportunities, if we have a market of Europe or a market in the Middle East or maybe a market in Asia, right, and we see that the market in Asia is not doing so well, or the European market is doing very well, we can diversify our portfolio of stores and divest and invest in areas that are doing quite well. And then we can learn too. If stores in the Middle East aren't doing that well, we can take those learning and growth opportunities and take that and grow internally as Chick-fil-A and say, hey, that didn't work. Why didn't it work? So we can move that into markets where we're thriving and improve our stores in whole, right? So how are we going to do this? How are we going to get Chick-fil-A to open up internationally? And is there that demand? Okay, so we look at key markets for success: the United Kingdom, Canada, UAE. These areas have shown a strong demand for Chick-fil-A. They want restaurants that they can call home. They have the three tenets of what Chick-fil-A provides: human interactions, quality of service, and that feeling, and the core values, right? And then with that too, we have our standard menu in the Chick-fil-A here domestically. But if things need to be altered internationally, we can do that. But those are things we need to learn. We never take that leap forward to go international. We'll never learn that. The second phase of how we'll do this is doing total quality management, right? It's rigorous in its quality of standard of food and its cleanliness and service. We need to ensure that all locations adhere to this and they understand that, hey, just because you are in X location, you are still representing the Chick-fil-A name and brand, and you need to uphold the standards. Employee training will be a priority. The core values will also be a priority, making sure that, hey, just because you go to one Chick-fil-A sandwich location and you go to another, the feeling that you get at both locations will still be there. Our core values will always be a part of Chick-fil-A no matter where they are, and that will help us enter markets that will be quite difficult. But those are things that we need to tackle and grow as an organization, right? So the third is competitive benchmarking, right? So we'll perform with local top competitors, right? So let's say, hey, McDonald's is doing really well in London, right? So, and then we open up a Chick-fil-A. How do we manage against a strong edge McDonald's? How do we get it past that? If we need to alter how we do things, marketing, advertisements, pricing, we all learn from internationally, and then we take that, we learn and grow internally, and it'll only boast beneficial to the consumer and the stakeholder. And the second thing is while there's competitive benchmarking, there's internal benchmarking, right? So we'll compare new international locations to our best performing US stores and see if one location excels versus the another on order accuracy, timing of food, and see, hey, this one's doing well, this one's doing not, and grow. So again, competitive benchmarking, international and internal benchmarking, right? So the basis of the plan, right? With this branching international, right, we'll be covering an increase of revenue, risk diversification, elevated brand recognition, and innovative solutions, right? So just talking on the brand recognition, right? So let's say Sam goes to his local, domestic Chick fil A. He goes to his Florida location, right? He goes there, enjoys it. And then he goes back home to wherever, right? And he tells his friend, hey, I went to a Chick fil A. I had a really good time. And that person is going to go, what's a Chick fil A, right? So if we have this, hey, he had a good time, wants to share it. If you can go to an international Chick fil A, say, hey, I went to that Florida location and now there's a Chick-fil-A in my local area that I've never been to, I'm gonna start going to it. And that boasts community involvement, spread word of mouth advertisement, and really brings in more consumers to the Chick-fil-A restaurant. Right. So we talked about the why, talked about the how, and we talked about how it will grow for the internal Chick-fil-A, domestic, and international. So with this, I hope that you consider reaching out to international markets as the stakeholders to Chick fil A. I hope that you know the involvement that it'll take, the impact it'll have on the international markets, and how our core assets, our core values, our core missions have developed a wonderful product here, and hopefully we can share that internationally. And the last thing I share with you is eat more chicken.